And Lewis working again behind that jab. He's got very fast hands for a big man, very athletic. Lewis unbeaten, remember, after 25 fights. Oh, he's got him! Oh, Lewis walked into a right hand.
I threw a right hand, and McCall threw a right hand, and his right hand got through first.
That's the punches that get you in trouble, the punch you don't see.
He was definitely hurt and whatnot, and it's a sport, you know, this is a sport, and I think it was very fortunate and very good for him to step in at the time that he did, and it was definitely a lot of time left in the fight.
You said that you had noticed quite a few weaknesses in Lewis. Are you prepared to say what they are now?
Oh, yes. He had so many weaknesses. It was things he attempted to do that I saw, but hesitating and, you know, with the overhand right, he telegraphed his overhand right, and I think that was my main key. I was trying to lure him into throwing the right hand.
I knew Lennox Lewis was going to try to win that second round by trying to hit me with one of them devastating overhand right hands, the right hands he threw. But then that was opening up an opportunity for me to throw my straight right hand off a left hook. And that's when he made Stewart say, "You're throwing a clumsy left hook." And I said, yeah. I said, "But come back with the straight right hand." I saw the confidence in his face, like, "I'm going to step to you and knock you out." But so I bounced around, and once he got in range, I sat down and I really planted my feet so I could throw a left hook straight right hand, and it just was right on time.
And I went down, and the referee counted really fast, and you know, I'm heavyweight champion of the world. The referee counts you out. I'm up on my feet, ready to go. He counts you out. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, it's not like I got beat up for 5 rounds or 6 rounds. You know, it was a great shot. I got up from it. Let me go on. But it wasn't that situation. So I felt that a loss really helped me.
Because if I would have went through that fight and beat Oliver McCall, I think, you know, I may have gone down another bad road somewhere. So in a sense, this was like a teaching process for me. You know, correcting the world around Lennox Lewis. I think I learned a great deal. It really helped me.
Lennox actually turned to us and said, "Why are you all sad?"
Everybody was like really gloomy and sad. I said, it's just a fight, you know. Boxing, you never know when you're going to lose, but you have to accept the winning and the losing.
I think there was one major thing that you said after the fight which really stuck in my mind was, you guys got to realise that, you know, I knew this could happen one day when I was first started boxing. We never really, you know, we just look as, you know, Lennox, unbeatable.
It was like a weight was lifted off my shoulders, you know, a burden, you know, all of a sudden, okay, I slipped, you know, I'm not perfect.
You never know what happens in life. The only best thing you can do is basically make sure that you do your best.
You know, we can always look back and say, well, at least we did it correctly, and, you know, we did it as a team, and there was trust and brotherhood and everything else that goes along with it.
There'd be losses in life in the sense that, oh, you lose a job or you lost your paycheck or something happens negatively in your life that you have to be able to come back from. So for me, you know, when I lost the first time, I knew my mistake straight away.
At that time, my body was way in front of my middle of myself. And my balance is way ahead of myself, and he just caught me right on the button. And it's like I helped him to knock me down.
And I knew that wouldn't happen to me again. It did happen to me again, but it was a different mistake. And I knew that mistake wouldn't happen to me again, but it was being able to come back from it.
And Lennox Lewis dropped the left almost imperceptibly and walked straight onto the classic sucker punch.
Balance is everything in boxing. I mean, if you don't have a good balance, you're going to be in trouble. I mean, you've always got to be in position to either make a punch miss or to throw a punch. You should never get caught off balance.
Working again behind that jab. He's got very fast hands for a big man, very athletic. Lewis unbeaten, remember, after 25 fights. Oh, he's got him! Oh, Lewis walked into a right hand, and that was the sucker punch that they worried about. And Lewis staggers, and the referee has decided it's all over. My goodness, what an upset. And Lennox Lewis's career must now be in tatters. Oliver, the atomic bull McCall, the 29-year-old from Chicago, has stopped Lennox Lewis the WBC heavyweight champion of the world in the second round. McCall says, I told you so, I told you so, reminiscent of Muhammad Ali 3 decades ago, and Oliver McCall and his entourage cannot simply believe it themselves. It was a right hand delivered with startling ferocity and startling speed, and Lennox Lewis dropped the left almost imperceptibly and walked straight onto it.
I've been looking for that all night.
The
drop bust for Douglas. The count's up to 2 and 3 and 4. His eyes were up, sitting look fairly clear. It's up to 7 and 8. And here it is at 9. Is he going to get up? Yes, he does. All right.
He's coming forward. Here comes Holyfield, but he is caught by a short right hand from Riddick Bowe.
And that was the sucker punch that they worried about.
He's hurt, Joe. He is hurt badly.
And the referee has decided it's over.
Just beats the count.
Goodness, what an upset. And Lennox Lewis's career must now be
barely listening to the commands of Joe Cortez.
The referee has a split second to make a decision. He made a decision that he thought was right. But no heavyweight champion in 100 years of boxing has ever been stopped on his feet and has never been given the benefit of the doubt. Lennox, was up, and Lennox himself believed that he was able to continue.
You honestly believe that you were capable of carrying on?
Let me tell you something. Bruno hurt me a lot worse than that, and I was able to come back and show my true character and win a decision. In this fight, it seemed like everything was going against me. The count was pretty fast. I got up. I was very aware of myself. I knew what I was doing. Given the opportunity to come back, I would have definitely treaded more carefully and go out there and box instead of going for the knockout.
Left hook by Lewis. Galana goes down. Only the second time in his career that Andrew Galana has been down, and he is extremely wobbly as he gets up. Lennox Lewis has a tremendous opportunity for a first-round knockout here.
Working again behind that jab. He's got very fast hands for a big man, very athletic.
Holyfield trying to come back.
Holyfield, good left. Holy cow!
What a turnaround! Can you believe this?
That was the sucker punch.
That's the Evander Holyfield that we know.
And Lewis staggers.
Just when you think he's getting beat. For the first time in the career of Big Daddy, Riddick Bowe has been knocked down.
Must now be in tatters.
And a right hand.
Bangs the body. Wow, that uppercut is nicest. Catches him with the right left hook, and he goes down. He goes down. He should be able to get up from this. His legs may be shut. They are. As Trevor Burbick falls back in the rope, I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. He's got the heart, but his body won't let him do what his mind wants to. And he's counted out. It'll be scored as a knockout. It's up to 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Are we seeing the end of the career of David Tua? I can't tell you how much time is left. There's not a lot left.
Lewis unbeaten, remember, after 25 fights.
He's a very, very heavy-handed puncher. Sat on, he was caught with a chopping downward right there and hurt. But let's not forget, he was an 18-year-old, 14 stone 5 is the heavyweight division in the amateur ranks. He's now a much more experienced, much heavier and older fighter, and will be a lot stronger.
Larry Holmes is ahead on all cards here in round 7. An explosive right crashes off Larry's jaw, and he drops like a fallen tree. Larry stumbles into the ring post before regaining his footing. Snipes moves in to finish it.
Okayed it, the fight continues. Oh!
Баррера разозлился. И пропускает в размене. Оказывается на полу мексиканец. Встает, но неуверенно идет в свой угол. Сигнализирует о готовности продолжить бой.
The bell has sounded, and he's up at about 3, Clay. That was the end of the 4th round, and he hit him about 2 seconds before the end of the round.
I backed him onto the ropes. He couldn't get back any further, and I hit him with a left hook.
He fell down like a sack. Boom, he was down. But then, thank God, he got up and the bell rang.
And he still doesn't know where he is. He's still half out, Clay.
Angelo Dundee then found that little split in the seam of the glove.
I wanted us to offer some time. I put my finger into the glove itself and I lifted it. Made like a little lip in the leather. And I showed the referee the lip. See, we need a new glove.
But unfortunately, that 2-minute or whatever interval we had, it revived him.
A blazing right, and Lewis sails through the ropes. For Fury. Oh, down, what Fury! Mamma mia! Deontay Wilder has done it! Knocking down Fury with
Deontay Wilder.
sevgili izleyiciler.
Lowering his height some more.
Klitschko goes down on a huge left hand inside by Corey Sanders. And gets up at the count of 7 with his eye cut. And there's a cut over Klitschko's left eye, right on the eyebrow. Long time to go in the round. Vladimir down a second time.
And the next big thing is about to become the last big bust if he go down again, although the clock is running out on this round.
So Vladimir Klitschko is down twice in the opening round against Corey Sanders.
Klitschko's eye. Oh, that's a huge left hook, and Vladimir's in trouble now. He's got a slugfest going, and Vladimir Klitschko once again in trouble. And Robert Byrne, 4, 5,
Is that a standing 8 count?
Yes, Klitschko is dead. He said no, it was not a standing 8 count. He ruled that because he went into the ropes as hard as he did, it was a knockdown.
Now Klitschko is dead tired. He doesn't even want it anymore. He's done. He will not make out these rounds.
Let's go. German trainer Fritz Sadunik said that if Vladimir got knocked out by Lehman Brewster, he should quit boxing.
Well, he's going to quit there because he's on his way out of here. He can't come back. He has no punching power. His legs are gone. He does not know how to fight like this. This is one of his big things. He can't fight this type of a fight. This is not what Vladimir knows.
And is he going to call that a knockdown?
It should be.
No, it's not a knockdown. It happened after the bell.
From Galata, Bo goes down. Second time in his career that Bo's been down, and he's wobbling badly. This was a good left-right combo by Galata. Plenty of time left in the round, and Galata looks as calm as an assassin as he steps back in. Hard power punches from Galata. Bo goes down. Second time in his career that Bo's been down, and he's wobbling badly. This was a good left-right combo by Galata. Plenty of time left in the round, and Galata looks as calm as an assassin as he steps back in.
Second round in our truck. Lyle all over. Lyle has Foreman in trouble. Foreman is down. It started with a right, then a left. Foreman looking over here. Lyle to the neutral corner. His mandatory 8 count. Foreman trying to hold together.
See, Ali's trainer right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. The heavyweight champion is taking the mandatory 8 count, and Foreman is as poised as can be going about his job. Foreman is all over Joe Frazier. Frazier is down again, and he may be. No, he is rising. He is game. He doesn't know where he is. The mandatory 8 count. He doesn't know where he is. Now the round is about to end. 2 knockdowns in the first round of Joe Frazier. Down again. No saving by the bell. He's up, and so the fight continues.
Time is important here. Mandatory 8 count, the only knockdown of the fight. Muhammad Ali was flat on his back, but he's a well-conditioned athlete. However, he's real tired.
Decided it's all over. My goodness, what an upset. And Lennox Lewis's career must now be in tatters. Oliver, the atomic bull McCall, the 29-year-old from Chicago, has stopped Lennox Lewis, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world.
Finish things in.
Oh, the uppercut.
What an uppercut by Douglas, and down goes Tyson.
It's over. It's over.
Mike Tyson has been knocked out.
Unbelievable.
When Tyson was in his prime as a knockout artist, he was so lethal that even though Buster Douglas and him fought and Buster Douglas eventually wound up knocking him out, he knocked him out after Mike Tyson knocked Buster Douglas down and had him hurt. And Don King, after the fight, even protested and said that the count was more than 10.
This video here has both knockdowns simultaneous, so you can see like the different 10 counts, I guess.
Okay, let's see it. Boom! He clipped him with an uppercut, right?
There's 3, 4. So he's only on 3 on the left. He's like on 5 or 6 on the right.
Oh, that's so different. Oh, that's so different.
He was counting in Roman numbers.
Yeah.
Boom! Look at that uppercut. That's a beautiful uppercut Tyson nailed him with, too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out. You're out, Buster.
Yeah, he's only on 8 on Buster there.
No, he's out. He's out.
Mike.
Do that again. That seems like he's out, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's try it again. Ready? Boom. He goes down.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's out.
Someone distracted him on number 8.
Yeah. Does that stop the count? Is that how that works?
It was a longer pause.
Is that how that works?
A split second when you turn around and go, hey.
Watch the 6, 7, 8 on Mike Tyson here. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like
9,
real quick.
10. Yeah, that guy's way quicker. How does the same guy count real slow for Buster Douglas and way faster for Mike Tyson? Goes down, boom, what a combination, Buster
1,
Douglas. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
like
7,
seconds.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So you got knocked down to right around 50 on the clock on the screen. You can see it.
And how many seconds was it?
He picked him up at 38 is when he knocks him. It's actually
Boom,
there,
right
51.
there. Okay.
So it's like 13 seconds.
Now we want to show you some startling footage. Footage that shows that history repeats itself and that the 10 count isn't what any of us thought it was, and until now had no reason to question. September 22nd, 1927, Soldier Field, Chicago. The rematch of the champion Gene Tunney and Jack Dempsey, a part of the mythology of boxing. Because Dempsey had hovered over decked opponents throughout his career, a new rule was in force. When a fighter was knocked down, the count would begin only when the other fighter goes to a neutral corner. Dempsey dropped Tunney in the 7th round but forgot the new rule, so the referee properly picked up the count late. Tunney barely got up at 9. Looking closely at the controversy, Dempsey surely put Tunney down with a vicious combination. By failing to go to the neutral corner, the clock shows that the referee's count begins at 5 seconds. The crucial sidelight to this controversy is that at the count of 4, Tunney is clearly looking at the referee, ready to continue. 9 seconds of real time had elapsed on the clock. The clear-headed Tunney could have gotten up and gone on. He went on to win the decision. But for a long time, people believed that but for Dempsey's goof, he would have recaptured the title. 3 years after that celebrated incident, Tunney's stare at the referee was duplicated by Buster Douglas. The rule: when a contestant is knocked down, the referee shall audibly announce the count as he motions with his right arm downward, indicating the end of each second of the count. If the contestant taking the count is still down when the referee calls the count of 10, the referee will wave both arms, indicating that the contestant has been knocked out. The letter of the rule presents a paradox between the count of the referee and the count of some imaginary timepiece that neither he nor the timekeeper uses in the heat of battle. The 14-second knockout is commonplace. So Octavio Meyron was doing in Tokyo just what comes naturally to all referees.
They're both out.
Yeah.
They're both out.
This is called it either way you wanted.
The counting's definitely slower on Buster Douglas, but they're definitely both out.
Marquez was off balance again. Now gets his feet back and tries to roar back to nail Pacquiao with the right hand. Oh!
That's another knockdown.
He's not getting up, Jim.
He get up.
He's not getting up, Jim. He's not getting up.
No, he's been knocked out.
Being able to come back from it, you know, I had people saying, "Oh, so what are you going to do with the rest of your career?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Rest of my career?" Muhammad Ali, great hero of mine. He lost 3 times. He came back 3 times. So, if Muhammad Ali can do it, I can do it. So that's what I put my goal on: being able to come back from this defeat and making this defeat make it a championship and make it so that, you know, the road back is hard but it's fair.
He cashed that lottery ticket 2.5 years ago and stunning floored Lennox Lewis. To this day, still the only loss in the career of the Big Brit. Manny Stewart was the trainer for Oliver McCall back in 1994. Now he's in the corner of Lennox Lewis.
At that stage, you know, he was a very still, emotionally not completely stable person. I think one of his biggest weaknesses was his balance and his stiffness. And he said, "I agree, and what can we do to change it?" So that was one of the first things that really impressed me about his willingness to learn.
Rockman, jab. Gets his four of them. Chases Lewis across the ring.
Follow with the overhand right. You see that?
Pacquiao missed the right hand.
He knew he was coming. He just caught his rhythm.
All week long, you were thinking it was shades of Tokyo. There were reminders of Tokyo, Feb 10, 1990, everywhere as they prepared for this fight. Pacquiao lies face down at that moment.
And Pacquiao had no clue that that punch was coming back at him.
Shades of Oliver McCall, September 24, 1994, in London. Has Rockman pulled the upset? He has.
Joe Louis was the brown bomber. He was coming up. He was undefeated. So Schmeling, the great story, he said before the fight, "I see something." And what he saw was that Louis would jab and he would leave. You should never leave your head on the right side. Because if you leave your head, you know, you move your head to the right side, you're in the path to the right hand. You should actually finish on the left side because then you're outside the right hand. So Schmeling saw something, as he said, that he could hit him with the right hand. He could time it over the jab. It wasn't just about talent. He could punch. So he did, and he dropped Lewis. You know, he won that fight.
Spacious guys.
You should never get caught off balance, and it's just like vital. It's like building a house. You have to have a good frame, and your legs are your frame. And it's a must thing in boxing. You have to have good balance at all times, and you never cross your feet.
Did you feel that he was just posturing at the end there when he was making believe that you hadn't hurt him at all?
No, I felt like I believe that when I hit somebody, I hurt him. What degree, I'm not sure. But I was going to keep to my game plan unless I was out cold.
Already here in round 3, indicating that Lewis might have caught him with the right hand. He is not. The power punches of Lewis seemingly beginning to rock the rock, and now Rockman comes back with aggression of his own. With his hands at or below his waist, Rockman hits him with the right hand inside.
And it was a good right hand, but you only get one of these good fights like this. Keep fighting.
And another right hand does Rockman.
What you're good at, nor is your balance.
To the ropes. Big right hand by Rockman. That momentarily stuns Lewis. Lewis smiling at him as a result.
Good right hand.
The right hand that seemed to set up the later sequence that came in and led to the knockout blow.
To the ropes.
The early right hand in that round, which perhaps 20 or 30 or 40 seconds goes. Describe what you see.
Well, I know Lennox, you know, it felt like I was cut. I thought he was coming on. I felt like that was a good right hand. But like I said, he didn't come right back when I was spent around. So I felt like I might have stunned him a little bit. But Lennox in shape, it's KG veteran. I wasn't sure, so you know, you can't take too many chances with a guy like Lennox. A great champion, you take nothing away from him, and we can do it again.
Thank you very much.
Chases Lewis across the ring.
With a thunderbolt to the right hand. Shades of Oliver McCall. September 24, 1994 in London. Has Rockman pulled the upset? He has. He got a brand new heavyweight champion.
This is what happens in heavyweight boxing. You get caught with a good shot. If you don't beat the count, they stop the fight. Simple as that. But there's always a next time. You know what I mean?
Rockman got inside and hit him a terrific straight right hand. Just a perfect shot. Lewis lived down to his preparation.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Now, do you suppose Lennox Lewis is alert and aware enough to note that Rockman is dry? Hard right hand by Lewis.
Halfway through the round, Rockman has yet to throw.
I think the right hand opened Rockman's left eye.
So Schmeling, what he saw was that Lewis would jab and he would leave. You should never leave your head on the right side. Lewis went on, he won the world title, and he beat Braddock for the title. Joe, you're the champion world. Not yet. Not yet. What do you mean not yet? Just won the title. Not yet. Not till I beat that man. He didn't even have to say his name. Schmeling tried to catch him with that same right hand he had knocked him out 2 years earlier. Go back. Hey, he just missed it. But he changed. He stepped out. He changed his distance this time. Mm-hmm. Instead of laying his head on the right like he did the first fight, he changed his range, and he made that right hand miss.
I think the right hand opened Rockman's left eye, and he's bleeding above the left eye now.
You don't want him to let Lennox Lewis get his rhythm with his jab.
Now, do you suppose Lennox Lewis is alert and aware enough to note that Rockman is dry? Hard right hand by Lewis.
Halfway through the round, Rockman has yet to throw.
I think the right hand opened Rockman's left eye.
Away at the same time, but he's throwing hard.
This is indeed a very aggressive jabbing performance by Lewis.
Rockman is starting to get him to go on the ropes now. Lewis is doing a good job. Lewis is doing a good job of that.
He seems for the moment, George, to have nullified Rockman's right hand.
Lennox is always going to land the first punch. Yeah, but the one thing that lives in Lennox Lewis' head, that night in Africa.
Yep.
You can't take that away from him.
If he punches, just keep your hands high. They're telling him not to counterpunch.
Boom! Will Rockman get up, or have the tables been turned? Is it reversed? 7, 8, 9. It's over. Lennox Lewis got revenge.
Has captured his revenge. Man, he's one of the greatest heavyweight fighters ever in any era. I mean, the man beat everybody he faced. He been to 2 Olympic Games, 1 gold medal. I mean, it's really, you know, his career speaks for itself. I mean, you can make him, he's an all-time great heavyweight.
Watch how he's always in position. Look at that right hand. But what did we miss? What didn't you see? Go back.
The sidestep.
No, the blinding jab that sets it up where you don't see it. Watch. The jab is just a decoy. Just so he can hit it with the right so you don't see it.
Boom! Will Rockman get up, or have the tables been turned?
I don't have any regrets because I believe that everything happened for a reason. And, you know, another thing I want to pass by you is the fact that, you know, I've had 2 losses in my life. And both losses, you know, I felt happened for a reason. And without these losses, I don't think I could have ever been as great as I am today. Because it really put me in a place where I had to say to myself, do I want to, can I do it again? Do I really want it? am I a true champion? And that's what I wanted to prove to everybody, that I was a true champion and I could do it again.
When we used to talk about Jack Dempsey, Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, and very seldom another name would come in there. Now, you can put Lennox Lewis in that mix. He's in there with the all-time heavyweight champion of the world. Recovered the title, did it in a devastating manner. He's beaten everybody, even Evander Holyfield.
He was the most knowledgeable fighter that I ever fought, because he fought his fight, and wasn't nothing I could do to get him to fight the way that I want to fight, that I would have to battle. So Lynn was the only person that way, but everybody else I was able to make an adjustment.
Uppercut, reaching the new coach.
He became a three-time world champion, and he beat a three-time world champion along the way.
Lennox is the biggest name in boxing, in history of boxing. And absolute champion, he beat everybody.
Of the modern greats, Lewis dismantled Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield. Now for the final name.
Mike Tyson's the last notch on my belt, the icing on my cake.
And in 1984, they met for the first time. In the Catskills, a skinny beanpole Lennox Lewis shared a ring with a short, stocky Mike Tyson.
We sparred, and when we were kids, we became very good friends.
Tyson's mentor, Customato, believed then the pair would one day meet again.
In our mind, we were champions before we became champions. When we were just kids, 15 and 16, 16 and 17, and they cussed it, "Your two are going to fight for the championship one day." He said one day, he said, "You're going to fight him one day for the title." And we were just kids, but we both knew we were going to be champions, because that's what our goal. That's all we ever talked about, even when we were at the house.
Mike, are you sorry this fight didn't take place years ago?
It wasn't meant to be. I've known Lennox ever since he was 16, 15 years old. I have mad respect. We've always been friends. He knew me ever since his friend Bernie and Cuss were together.
Now they get together again as professionals, as Tyson's late trainer Customato had predicted they would. And here we go.
I know he's going to come at me, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to give up my ground. I'm the champion.
Big uppercut for Lewis.
In my mind, that's the ego aspect of it.
Can't take that from him. Big right hand from Lewis, and Tyson goes down.
He's past his best probably himself, but you never get it. That's a crunching right hand, and that must finish it. It must finish it. Tyson cannot get up from that, surely. He will be counted out. Lennox Lewis seals his place in history forever.
It's over. Lennox Lewis cements his legacy as one of the best heavyweight champions of this era.
Nobody should be able, there's no one in the world can take that from Lennox Lewis now. He is no doubt the best heavyweight of all time. What he's done clearly puts him on top of the heap.
He fought a virtually perfect fight, George.
Come on, come on.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Two juggernauts in a head-on collision here, and that was on an injury. It's a good start this by Klitschko. And the right hand...
He's a little busier in, and he got through the couple of nice shots like that.
Can Lewis get his jab going? Oh, there's a big right hand from Klitschko. No emotion, he said, when I heard I was fighting Lewis. Taking this at 2 weeks' notice and gets it with the right hand, and Lewis wants to hold. He's hurt by that. He wanted to hold. Klitschko has got him a bit wobbly here. Lewis is in trouble here in round two.
To me, a fight is not a fight until there's resistance, until there's something to overcome. Something to overcome. Otherwise, it's just an athletic venture. It's an exhibition. I think life is that. I think that you don't know if a lawyer is a lawyer until there's something to overcome in the courtroom. Something goes wrong, okay? I know he's a lawyer. I know he went to school. I get it. He ain't that until Everything goes wrong. The judge throws all his crap out, and he is effed, so to speak, and he figures, and he still handles it. Then he's a lawyer.
He definitely got hurt by that shot. Lennox's chin is coming in the air.
Can Lewis turn this around again? He's hit with the right hand by this big, strong Ukrainian.
Lewis looking ponderous.
We feared this might happen when we saw the way, but there's a left jab of some authority by Lewis, and that rocked Klitschko momentarily. Stopped him in his tracks. It was a heavy, heavy shot. Best yet from Lewis. But Klitschko comes back again, and Lewis, his defence looks a bit leaky tonight.
Well, I think there's definite ring rust there. He's looking slow and ponderous.
The longer this goes, it won't get any easier. Another right hand and another one from Klitschko, who looks the boss at the moment. But you never know. This is the kind of fight where one punch could turn the whole thing around.
You're not in a fight until there's pressure, resistance, overcoming something. Otherwise, it's just an exhibition.
He's walking on the punches as he comes forward.
Klitschko got there with a left hook as well. Lewis is trying to gamble with big shots. He's forgotten the jab, and he's leaving himself really open. He just looks a shadow of himself at the moment.
I know this moment, you can see this moment where I shocked Lennox 3 times. It's actually, wow. He was so close to go flying to the floor in this moment.
Let me tell you, he caught me with a good punch there, and as you can see, I held on to him, and he was shocked because he couldn't let me. He couldn't get loose to finish the job.
Great fighters, when the fight came to them, they found a way to do what they had to do.
Dr. Iron Fist, as he's known. He's beginning to show why in here. And now Lewis goes for it. Is he going to show championship quality here with an all-out attack?
Well, Lewis should have forgotten more than Klitschko's ever known. So he's got to try and do something special here.
Looks a bit of damage by Lewis's left eye. And there's a cut now by Klitschko's left. As he turns around, Klitschko is cut by the left eye.
Good work with the jab from Klitschko.
There'll be tremendous excitement in the city square in Kiev, where I think 100,000 people were planning to gather to watch this. But Lewis isn't done with yet. Not quite. He's got a real problem with that cut, Glenn.
He has, and we know he doesn't react well when he's injured. Quit the last time, he's only lost on an injury.
Well, he's going to have to show the right temperament and mentality tonight. He surely wouldn't quit in this situation, getting the better of things. Now Lewis starts to find the range with that jab. Is Klitschko going to be discouraged by the injury?
Better of this round, that solid jab, backing Klitschko up.
There's the jab again. Is there a turning of the tide in this round with the cut? He walked onto a right hand, Lewis, but walked straight through it, surprisingly.
The left hand is down from Lewis.
These 2 oak trees will be the last standing in the forest.
But I think that cut has worried Klitschko.
Oh, it's a really bad gash, and it's a shame. He was caught too with jabs, and once he got the jab going, he got some other punches going too, Lewis.
Well, that showed that right hand. That's what looked like where the cut was caused. Certainly saw the blood there. Big right hand from Lewis.
He's mauling Klitschko.
Lewis just looking for the big right hand.
It doesn't look quite so bad at the moment. I must say the cut work in the corner didn't look the most sophisticated. There are moments here where they both look ready to go.
Nobody's ever doubted Lewis's heart.
Another big right hand. But Lewis gets back again with the jab. It's for Emmanuel Stewart. The trainer of Lewis predicted a finisher.
Lewis looking for the uppercut.
Famous uppercut from Lennox Lewis. I don't know how many opponents you knock out with a right uppercut. It was really bomb. It's switch off the lights for everyone, and Lennox was shocked. This was couple of uppercuts. He lifted me in the air, but nothing happens. Nothing happens, Klitschko. I promise you, Lennox, if you have baseball bat in your hands, you can't knock me out in this fight. But you see, well, you got me, and it's helped you to stay champion. Just it.
Good left hand from Lewis, turned the punch cleverly. But Klitschko's been used to going long distances in his recent fights, have gone at least 9 rounds.
Well, he's loading up an awful lot, Lennox.
Is Klitschko prepared to go through the pain barrier this time?
Good left hook there from Klitschko.
He seems to be just the boss, doesn't he? Lewis looking a bit troubled. Showing good boxing ability as well. Klitschko is just caught there by a right hand. Luckily it just seemed to glance off the temple.
Good jab from Lennox there.
Well, Lewis fought well for the last 20 seconds of the round. The crowd in this $375 million arena sense a possible shock, but it's only a possible shock of Lennox Lewis's 3rd reign as world heavyweight champion. Our American TV colleagues have it closer with Klitschko. He studied him. Fought the fight 1,000 times in his head. Oh, what an uppercut from Lewis! Absolute peach! But Klitschko took that too without going down. That was...
Every other fighter was in the floor.
Yeah, any other fighter would have been on the floor, that's for sure.
Sharp little left hook. And Klitschko looks strong as he bulls Lewis back across the ring. Not too worried if he has to use arms, elbows, anything. But I think Lewis tonight might have met someone who's as physically strong as him.
Yeah, I think that might be true. And if he is, Lennox will be feeling it more.
Oh, there's the uppercut again from Lewis. They've stopped the fight. They've stopped the fight, and they're going to declare Lewis the winner. Lewis is still the champion.
Everybody see, I beat you so badly. We have no chance in this fight.
I don't know, we're gonna have to look at each other's faces and see who won.
In the fighter doesn't see that. If I first time see the cut in the video, I was also shocked. To be honest, I am very appreciative. Thank you for Lennox. Lennox Lewis give me chance to prove my boxing skills against strongest champion of the history of boxing. And it was good. And after that, after this fight, all boxing fans, all others appreciate and respect my boxing skill. In this fight, the winner was the boxing. We need this fight. Yeah. About this fight, 15 years long, talking people. This fight, like Lennox Lewis Klitschko fight, makes boxing